Okay, so I'm on day 4. I just took 3 days of a 4-day class from Diane Reevely, who does Dilutions, and she had done a journal this way. So where the journal is this way. And I'm going to make this journal sideways, just because that's how I do stuff. But I got this one. So this is a square journal. It is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And I am going to do the work in this journal this way. So the reason I decided to do this is because, remember with playing around with the thrift store journals? This is just I have always done my pictures straight up and down on one page, maybe on 2 pages, always horizontal, things like that. But I have done in this journal a bunch of them this way, long ways. And I just thought that was so fun. I'm excited about doing it. I'm having fun doing it. And so I thought it would be neat to start a whole new journal that's this way, right? And so that's what I'm gonna do. So, well, you know I'm doing a video, so you know that Wally has to go out, but Johnny's going in and out making dinner, so he can just hold on for a minute. One of the fun things about all Diane's journals is they have a little pocket in the front, a little folder that you can do. But so what I wanna do is I want to start a couple of these journal pages, and she says this, and I do this too. Never start your journal on the first page because it's a lot of pressure. And I'm going to be doing this kind of half in her style, half in my style. And her style is doing a lot of painting on the journal. And I do like to do a fair bit of painting. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start by making some backgrounds, okay? And I have cut out some papers, and I'll be back with those papers because it'll be able to show you how to get an idea of how to pick the colors for your journals. And I know I want to have borders on all of these pages, so I went through last night. Oh, I found this. How fun will that be for a border? Okay, and I'm going to grab my ruler so I can get rid of all of this. Yep, all of this except for that. I need to cut that out to put, and I would put it in that little pocket. This is, let's make sure I have the right side. This is a face I want to use. That's a face I want to use. This is a body I want to use, and that's a body I want to use, okay? And then I have all kinds of colors that I want to incorporate into my border. So, I don't know about you, but I love the germs. I use these Listerine germs all the time. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around on this page. So, this page is going to be a teal page. And then I pulled some other teal stuff. So, here's more teal stuff. So, I'm going to just come around here. Maybe make some a little fatter. Okay, I'm going to throw all this away. I'm going to throw this away. I'm going to throw this away. And then we're going to use this as a border piece. We're going to use this as a border piece. Right. Oh, here's some more. Border, and you can tell come on, I'm not trying to make them all the same size or all the same width or all the same length. All right, let's get some more germs. Now, I probably will not use all the germs because they're pretty distinctive, right? They're very cute. So maybe I get this many more germs and then I kind of cut that out. It's a Listerine ad, you guys. Those little germs are fun. All right, so we have this and this and this. And then I have this really cool teal and orange picture that I found. So I'm going to come here and do this. And then I can get all of this. And then I can kind of get her shirt, right? And then I can kind of pull off her hair. And if there's a little bit of hair left at the bottom, that's fine. So there's a piece. And here's a good, this is kind of orange. So I know that this, the colors I'm going to use on this page are going to be more teal and orange. Maybe I just take this teal piece and I put this orange one aside, right? There's a good teal piece. And then I am just going to start pasting teal stuff around this page. Oh, I almost feel like those browns are fun as I was throwing them away. All right, how about this part? So this is fun. So maybe I do an orangey brownie page. And if you have a steel ruler, you can just tear really easily along the edge of it, like this. Because they're just lightweight magazine pages, so they tear really easily. All right. So now, this is going to be teal. So I need to get teal color out. All right, let's use this one. This is Salvage Patina. So I'm going to use Salvage Patina on the teal page. And all I'm going to do is this. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to get a big old brush out. I'm going to get some water on this page. I'm going to put some paint on here. I'm going to get some water on the paint. And then I just want to get some color on this page. And I know there's going to be a border, but I want to have some background color because otherwise you wind up with like this really weird white stuff and you don't know how to do anything with it. And it just becomes strange. And this is distress paint. You could use acrylic paint, any kind of acrylic paint. You could use any kind of inks. Diane uses inks on hers, and those are water reactive, so I just tend to like to have permanent color, meaning it won't move. So I like distress paint because once it's dry, it's going to be permanent. But you can use whatever kind of background you want. Now Diane will then go in right on this layer and do designs. I tend to wait for my designs to later, so that's cool. So that's a good one. This one is going to be pink. So I pulled a whole bunch of pink stuff. I found this page with fun pink on it. And a lot of times I'll use flowers in my designs, but these flowers weren't, they weren't good for cutting out. It would take you 4.5 years to cut out. And never worry about the words. You can always cover up the words. Okay. So I think I can squeak out 2. I don't really want that pop of green there. And then what I'll do tonight while I'm sitting watching the last lesson is I will go through and I will make my borders for all the pages that I have done. And I will, because I will already have the pretty color. Oops, wrong way. Wrong way, Corrigan. That I can put on the back. Let's do this one longer. Okay. Then we have this pink. It's almost time for dinner. My journals finally got here. I feel like I've been waiting all day like a little kid waiting for Christmas. I even had to clean my craft room while I waited because I had to distract myself. But I'm excited for a new journal. All right, let's get these flowers in here because it's kind of a florally one. Okay, so that's going to be pink. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to do 2 colors of pink on here. So we want to wet, 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 wet. And the Diane's journals are heavier mixed media paper. All right. I want a semi-big brush here. Okay. And I want this to be a couple of different colors. So not all one homogeneous color. And at some point I may want even more light pink in this, but I can come back because I use paint. So every layer is a fresh look, right? Okay, so that's that one. See, they come through, which is fine with me. All right, so then I had all these guys. Look at the amazing color in this. So for this one, I just want the texture and the pattern and the excitement. So I'm going to take that one right there. I could do the one next to it. So of course this is going to be a darker one, right? But that doesn't mean I have to have the background dark. In fact, why don't we do, this is why I never worry if I make a background. So let's do this on the one we just went by with the darker purple, right? We'll do that over here. And we'll do this one, we'll do this way. And we'll do with lighter pink. And I will have some darker pink still in my brush, right? But the majority of it's going to be that lighter pink. And this paint dries super matte. Boy, this is a fuzzy brush. Look at this brush is pooping all over my page. Well, that's distressing. Well, I'm throwing out that brush. That's gross. All right, so I am going to use baby wipe to clean that up. Or at least some of it. That is the strangest thing that has ever happened to me. Well, hopefully it won't get stuck in there. I'm used to a fair bit of cat hair in my stuff, but that was just the brush. Weird. All right. Okay, it's coming off. All right, so this is going to be the pink one. And then this will be the more colorful one. And then this will be the teal one. Right? So with acrylic paint, your paint will stick to itself if you don't keep it separated. So now that I have kind of these sort of done, I'm just gonna put these like this. I'm gonna go eat my dinner. I'm gonna cut out a bunch more edges, and I'm gonna make some borders, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we had some fun last night. This is the journal I'm working on, where I'm doing my Diane Reevely class. It was a 4-day collage class. I'm gonna rewatch the first day. So I have this one that is gonna wind up being dark. And I can't remember if I had shown you some of the borders. I don't think I had put any borders on. So these borders are gonna be dark, and I'm gonna put this girl on here. And then I did pink. I know I showed you some of the pink. And then this is gonna be also a little bit darker with that girl on there. And I did yellow, and I did green. Look, there's pastels. I was a little freaked out by the pastels. But this is my junk journal. This is effectively my junk journal, right? Because we did this, I did half of this in one of the collages we did. This is from, I can't remember if we've seen the Foxes video yet, where I did the Foxes coloring book. But that's left over from there. And this bedspread, which is from like a 1950s bedspread, has actually been banging around my office for, I would say, a year. Hang on, Wally has to go potty. Because I know that because I cut that out when I had a whole bunch of 50s magazines, and I thought, oh, I'll just cut everything out. And then I found out that I'm a flipper, not a cutter, or a storer. So that's what that is. Let's see. This was a shoe. I'm trying to do red, you guys. You know that. I'm working on that. Oh, I have a grape. So I found some grapes. Let's see. This was a, I pulled this out specifically for this magazine. That was a National Geographic. Let's see. This is from the project. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to get these 2 pages ready for doodling. Okay, so there's 2 things I want to do. And they both involve stencils. Look, I got some new stencils. I think these stencils are too big. They're background stencils. I think they're too big. But I got those. Look, this is how you start a stencil collection, people. You just obsessively collect stencils. Okay, whew. Can't help myself. All right, let's do Tim Holtz stencils. And I'm gonna pick some stencils for this project. Will they fit? They won't fit in there. Okay, these baby ones will. Let's see what baby stencils we have. And if they're gonna be big enough to do anything with. I don't think the baby stencils are gonna be big enough to do. They're adorable. I really like that one. This one could be okay. This one could be okay. Do I have the same one? No, different ones. Okay. So let's keep those baby stencils in mind. Oh, I kind of love those. Okay, so those might be like my kind of all my background stencils, because you know me in circles. I'm fully pleased with having circles. And then I want some border stencils. So we have to see if we can find border stencils from Tim. He may not be a good border stenciler. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And guys, I have been collecting stencils for 10 years, right? That would be good. That's just a bigger version of those circles. Oh, here's another one. We'll do that other baby one. All right, we're gonna add that to our baby stencils. And they are not good border stencils. So let's grab, yeah, I really don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I need all these stencils, because you don't. I just have a stencil issue. Okay, Let's see. So we want to think about the reverse of this, right? Like this is an adorable stencil, but when I do it, I guess I could use that. That's I'll think of her name in 1 second. Vicky Booten. Okay, I do not like the look of this on a border. This is kind of higgledy-piggledy. So on a border, it could wind up looking like that's too much effort for a border. Do we want the outside of flowers? I don't know. Well, it doesn't hurt to have it, right? Okie dokie, oakley dokley, these guys aren't gonna work. I think this one is gonna be brilliant. So it looks like all my outsides are flowers, right? That's to me, I feel like that's too swishy swashy. That's too much effort. Okay, so, okay. That is our pattern palette for this journal, thusly. Okay. So these I'm going to do with Posca pens, but these guys I want to do for the back. So to me, this feels a little bit more masculine. Let's go ahead and grab, boop, boop, boop. I just moved all my stuff, so of course it's hard to find my stuff. All right, here we go. We're going to use archival ink, which is a permanent ink. You could use whatever you have. So I also have Tim Holtz dye-based ink. So you can use whatever you have. And then I have this really cool little bathtub that has all the colors on it. Okay, so this I want purple for back here. I want to go right to this edge. Oh, excellent. And I could do this, if you have a ton of paint, you could do it with paint. I just thought it would be cool to use my Distress Archivals because it's kind of faster and less cleanup, to be honest with you. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to do things in odds. My father-in-law, who was a teacher at the art teacher in the New York public school system, says you have to do things in odds. So I do things in odds. Okay, now for these edges, what I want to do is this. And I think the gray is black and gray. So that's what I'm going with since they're mine anyways. Okay, so let's see how this works. So this goes over here. Oh, good. So you can see them. And I'm not necessarily trying to make you see them. I need to have them there so I can doodle them because I am not the world's best doodler. So I am going to use stencils to help me doodle. I'm not doing every single one of these. I almost feel like I want to knock back these guys though, because they're kind of bright for the rest of this project. So let's do that. Cool. And let's do this. Maybe I do all the edges. I don't know. Okay, so let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more. We'll do that upper corner because I really like this design. Okay, okay, okay. And I am going to be watching Diane's class again today because I think it's hilarious when people are like, well, I watched that video. I will watch a video 3, 4, 5 times so that I can get an idea. Every time I watch, okay, so this is, I'm going to try to explain to you one of my guiding principles of life that's really hard to explain, but I have time because I'm doing this, right? Okay, so here's one of my guiding principles of life. I can listen to the same video like 4 times and get 4 different results, right? So I took Diane's class, and when I started, I had no idea how her project was going to turn out, right? So I didn't know that I was going to buy a journal. I didn't know any of these things were going to happen. So I listened to it with a different idea in my head of what was going to turn out at the end of it, right? But now, let's count. 1, 2. I know they're really hard to see. Sorry. 3. We need 2 more. So now it has turned out. Do we want it, this? No, that's, yeah. We'll put the baby ones. Okay, we'll put the baby ones. Now that I know what I'm doing, when I go back and I watch this class again, I'm gonna get something totally different out of it than the first time I watched it, when I didn't have my cutouts yet, I didn't have my journal yet, right? So now all of a sudden it's gonna seem brand new to me, and I'm gonna have a different perspective. I think that's literally what I've been trying to say this whole time, is that I will have a different perspective as I take this video than I did when I started, because even in the few days, I have changed, right? Like, I have changed. I have learned something new that I didn't know. I'm going to have to go run and get something to show you that's super fun. I've done things. My mind has been opened up to different possibilities. Yeah. And so my bestie, my marketing bestie, and I think this all the time. We say this all the time to each other about marketing, is when you take a certain class, you're in a certain place. And then when you take that class again, you're in a different place at that point in time, right? Okay, so there we go. We got this done. We've got spots on the back. We've got the edges done. Hang on, I'll be right back. I want to show you something fun I did. So I went to an off-site meeting with myself, and I did doodles. So I have my faces doodles, right? My incredibly good descriptions for my faces journal. So then I went through and I made all different kinds of heads and hair and hats and things that I could put on their heads. And then I went through and I found all different kinds of doodles I could do, so that when I go to doodle, I'm going to be able to have like a nice little mix of them. How fun is that? And this is my Dilutions journal. I have different things in here. So I have a little journal that I just do like little projects in when I feel like it, when I'm out and about. That's almost a junk journal too, right? So I just put stuff in there that I'm working on. I have this. I have little specific stencils for these guys because they go right in there. I have these little plastic folders that I keep things in. Sometimes I use this almost as my wallet. So here's my business card, and that is that. So I am going to do one more page with you, that other page, but this is not for you. This journal is for me. So I just wanted to show you how I was setting up my junk journal. I will, of course, show you some pages, or I'll show you techniques as we do things, but this isn't necessarily going to be something that we're going to do whole pages in, because Diane taught me do we want orange? I wonder if orange will show up. Diane taught me a exact system for this fun painting on your magazine collage, and it wouldn't be fair for me to, okay, I'm going to take this one class and then I'm going to teach all you guys this. I will, of course, put the link to that class below. Do we think that's showing up enough? I think I could do brown. See, I can't even see it over on that tree. That's not going to work. That's definitely not going to work. I almost feel, though, like black is not the way to go. Let's go brown. And I do have a brown one. All right, can we get that same one back? Was that it? Was this it? Hold on. That was it. Okay, we're going to do this one. Yeah, it wouldn't be fair for me to take a class from Diane, learn all her stuff, and then, like, show you it, because that's her system. I have all kinds of stuff that I do that I love to teach you. Okay, that's cool. Ooh, that isn't showing up very well. Darn it. We're going to have to go black. Black is the only thing that's showing up on some of these. Now, of course, hold on, we'll do the pink, because purple will show up on pink if pink doesn't show up on pink. Right? Right. And this is another reason not to get all bummed out if something doesn't work, because eventually you can make it work. You just have to be persistent. I tell my daughter Desi, who some of you know from my videos, that she needs to be pleasantly persistent. Right? Now, my husband may argue with the pleasantly part, but nobody can argue that I'm not persistent. Okay, how's that? Did that do it? I feel like I got a kind of a weird, let's get some more in there. So see, I can see it a lot better. Look, there's a deer. So it's funny, I am a tree hugger, right? So I conscientiously object to eating meat and all that, but I grew up in the country, and so people are always surprised when I don't strenuously object to hunting. And the reason I don't strenuously object to hunting is that I know that hunting helps control the deer population. And all the boys I went to school with went hunting, and now one of my girlfriends from high school, Susie, she's dating a guy and they're going hunting. I would not go hunting, right? So I would not kill it. I won't eat an animal after it's been dead and processed. I'm sure as heck not going to go out in the wilderness and just start hacking away at them. But I don't object to other people doing it because it helps to control the deer population. Where I came from, there's lots of deer. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? Boop, boop, boop. All right, here we go. And I did want to knock back that white. That's snow. That's snow on the edge of a roof right there. Now, you might get worried that there's little gray things around the edges. I think it adds interest. Oh, here's another one that we can do. Knock back that white. I live in Florida now. I grew up in snow. I grew up in northwestern Pennsylvania. And we had snow, we had lake effect snow, we had all the snow. So when I was 29, I moved to Florida, and I vowed I would never live in snow again. And then my husband and I moved to Colorado, where there was snow. It wasn't the same snow. So lake effect snow is horrid, horrid snow, and Colorado snow was okay snow. Just didn't get as cold and wet and dirty and nasty. And now we're back in Florida, thank the sweet baby Jesus. So I don't have to see snow anymore. All right. I'm not trying to get every single one. I'm trying to get most of them. Okay. So this is this girl. And we'll do one last little bit, and then I'm gonna ditch you for a while and go play in my brand new journal. Okay, where's the pink? I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, and I had to laugh, right? So I was getting all sanctimonious yesterday. I'm like, look at how much wonderful teal there is in the world. There is this color, there's the germs. Listerine has the wonderful germs. And then, hold on. And then I found some more blue. I found all this teal. And then I found this blue, and I'm like, look, see? It's just amazing how nice blue things are. And then I thought, oh, that's because it's my junk journal, and I pull out blue all the time, right? That's not fair. So, come to find out, I am a blue nerd. All right, we're going to put circles on this one. Now, you can do this before or after you do your border, right? So it's getting on my border. That doesn't bother me. If you wanted it all to be under your border as a background, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you wanted it to all be underneath as your border, you would have to do it beforehand. So there it is. There was one last thing. So let's talk about the junk journal part of this. So you know from watching me, if you've watched me a bunch, that I have a big finger. Like I found this big hand, right? And I put it into my folder, and as you watch it, it keeps getting more and more beat up, right? Because it's in a folder and it's not being used. So part of what I am doing, I want to show you, I found something really cute. I found the Statue of Liberty, right? And I really like it. Part of what I'm doing with this journal is making sure that things I actually like don't get ruined beyond repair, right? So as a junk journal, if I find like a really cool, like this, I love that pattern. I won't save it forever. It says Vogue. It's vintage. It was like a scarf. I won't save it forever in a folder. I'll put it in something I can work with and enjoy. Like this is all, this is going to be a colorful, that one's going to freak me out. And then there's green. And then I did back here a patriotic one, red, white, and blue. So as I'm finding stuff, I'm putting it in here so that I can keep it safe and it won't get ruined. And then there's no sense in having everything tucked away in bags and baskets and folders and ephemera folders and more folders. Put it in a journal and start working on it, because I know a couple of the gals have said they don't feel comfortable starting. Start by making a border. Start by sticking some stuff down. And I understand why you don't feel comfortable, because I have to tell you. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Is it here? I thought I seen it the other day when I was cleaning. Oh, is this it? Hold on. I think this is it. Is this it? This is one of the first ones I did. No, that's a good one. So this is Diane back in the day when I used to use her stuff. Oh, here's one. Okay, so I stuck these down, and I didn't know you were supposed to have a border. I didn't know anything, and so then I'm like, what do I do with this? This just looks like a bunch of crap on the page, right? And so now I know I would have done a border. Maybe I would have done some, like, to me, this isn't background. This is more Diane style, but this is how I started. I did some writing. I drew things. I'm not a drawer. I did this doodle. So just I made this page in a class with Dina Wakely. This is a fun one. It's got all kinds of crap that goes every which way. So take classes. Do my, like, if you can't afford to take classes, watch my videos. Get a journal. Get a composition book, right? That's part of what made this journal possible. Is I started doing just $5 thrift store challenges in a composition book. And You know, I know these are not going to be passed down to my grandchildren because my children, like Desi will do a little bit with, but these aren't to save forever. These are to make art. So hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life.